Hiya guys, Talon here. Today we're doing our other place in the sun, which is as Germany take over a Caribbean island. You will get monarchies back in fashion as well if you do another couple of focuses. But let's jump into the game and I'll talk more then. So 1936 start, German Reich. We are going to be a regular Iron Man, historical, and go. Right, just before we begin, I just want to mention something really quick. I've read countless guides on this, and what I've done is come up with a completely different strategy from everything I've seen. I don't think this has been done before, and to me it is by far the easiest. One that I've seen, and it seems to be quite a popular one, is turn monarchist and then defeat the Allies. And I was thinking, yeah, okay, but the problem with that is it then means doing pretty much an Operation Sea Lion in the UK after a civil war. That's tricky. Another one I read yesterday, which was quite interesting, was knocking out the Netherlands, which gives you Curacao, Suriname, this place over here, and then simply, the way it phrased it, doing a naval invasion over to Cuba. Okay, the only problem with that is that they're guaranteed by the US, and the last thing that I really want to be doing is a naval invasion of Cuba, trying to defeat the entire US Navy in the process. So, I've got a different method, which I think works very, very well. To begin with, we won't actually be choosing a focus. Research-wise, to be honest with you, I'm not going to be covering research. Research what you like, it's not a huge deal in this. We're going to be doing one big battle-ish and one fairly reasonably easy battle. So, just all I'll say about the research is keep up to date with it. In terms of construction, again, not a massive deal with this. I'm going to stick some military factories around, they're always handy. But it's not going to be a make or break thing. What are we making? We're making fairly generic stuff, to be honest with you. We're going to be sticking a load on guns, sticking a load on tanks, I don't know, maybe some support equipment, maybe another motorized. We got any left? No, that's fine. You know, it's just, this isn't a difficult achievement. People make this sound like a difficult achievement. It's really not when you do it properly. So, yeah, I'm just going to be organising this just simply so that I don't have to keep coming to deal with the Navy. We're not using the Navy at all. So that's that. Just knock these down to 1, so when they finish all the dockyards, we'll be reassigned very helpfully. Right, so, in terms of the army, we'll be shift left click, group them all together, dump them into an army, and I will split them up just for the sake of it. So, you over there, we'll double click them. We're going to be doing something fairly standard here, which is just a 24. Oh, okay, let's try that again. You over there. You over there. Where are you? You there. There's one more as well, which I think is a cavalry. You can get dumped over there too. They will get changed around slightly a bit later on, but yeah, so that's that. What these guys are going to do for the time being is going to be garrisoning right by the Rhineland. But sorry, they can't garrison there, right by the Rhineland, so that they're within easy access of Belgium. Belgium is our first target. And other than that, we're going to be building a few more troops. They're always handy. We'll get, I don't know, another tank on. We'll get a couple of motorized going, I guess. So yeah, 2 of you is fine. We'll get a few more of these guys going. Yeah, anyway, so that's about it. No focuses. We're aiming for 50 political power, then the fun begins. Right, 51 political power. We are going to be justifying a war goal on Belgium. 250 days. And at 72, 74 sort of political power, we're going to be justifying a war goal on Yugoslavia. So it doesn't really matter which one we go for, you'll do absolutely fine. So we're going to scroll on a bit now. Now straight after you've justified on Yugoslavia, you can start doing focuses now. Do not, under any circumstances, do the oppose Hitler tree yet. Do not do Rhineland or anything like that. If you want to do focuses, that's absolutely fine. Just stick these left-hand 3 trees. I'm going to be doing the 4-year plan. And what I'll be doing for the time being, because the focus trees at the moment aren't a huge part of this, is I'll just be working down the left-hand tree here. So I don't need to cover that for the time being. I will let you know when we're coming on to more important focuses. Just for now, do not touch these 2 trees on the right. Okay, just had a quick look. We're doing pretty well. These guys have all got their full equipment now. What we're going to be training next, because we're fine for our army, is a load of the horsey dudes. Doesn't really matter how many. Let's have a think. No location, right, so you can go there. Many you can get away with, really. I mean, 15, 20. Let's go with 20. Or, do you know what, 19? Because then we got one already. So yeah, 19 is a good number. So we got currently, just to keep you up to date, we got 1 tank being trained, 2 mobile, 5 regular divisions, and we got 19 of the horsey dudes. If you see your infantry equipment is starting to stack up, don't be afraid to build more. We could do with a few more actually. So grab some more of them down. What we got? Yeah, another 8 of them. We're trying to get 2 full divisions. A couple of 24s would be perfect. Okay, it's justification of Belgium is done. As soon as we declare war, what will happen is Rhineland will be bypassed. We can now enter the place. Hence why we had all the troops down there. And we will completely annihilate Belgium. This is a very, very easy... Oh, okay. I would say that. This is a very easy little battle. So drag a nice front line coming around there. High aggressive order. I will actually give them a couple of field marshals and generals and things. This one is pretty easy. It's the one after this. It can be a bit tricky. So there we go. Right, let's just watch Belgium go bye-bye. Now what you'll notice, by the way, is that the horsey dudes have been put in their own separate place. They won't be used in this battle, they'll be used in the next one, so I'll explain that when we get there. Now once the tanks start to make their mark, you'll see that they'll be pushed back and back and back. We've got already another horsey dude, you can go across there. Alright, so I'll cut back in a second when Belgium's about to go. So it can take a little while just for them to get past that front line, that initial block, but once they've done it, it's a very, very simple little battle, this one. Alright, so Belgium's capitulated. We are going to be taking the whole lot. Bump, bump. That's that done. So now we're waiting for the justification on Yugoslavia, which I think is February from memory. Right, now back to these horsey dudes. What we're going to be doing with them is sticking them straight on the front line there of the Maginot. Now we are going to need some more actually. We've got another 3 months left yet, so I've got some spare military factories, so let's do some guns. More the merrier when it comes to the horsey dudes. So let's just have a look here. Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't matter if they're deployed green either. It's just like I say, the more we can get before the war kicks off, the better it'll be. So I will cut back in around about February time. Now, meanwhile, your main army, what we'll do is stick them on there, right on the border of Belgium and France, with an attack order of Paris, and get ready to go. So we've still got plenty being trained. Just looking here, we got a 24 and a 12. We've still got another motorized to come out. Yeah, 2, 3, so that'll be absolutely fine. We'll actually get the infantry and that motorized in higher priority for the simple reason that they're going to be more important than the horses. The horses don't really matter if they're completely untrained, we just need their manpower in the field. Right, we're 2 weeks away from the justification on Yugoslavia, so I'm just going to deploy some people green now. Here we go, so I've got 3 more infantry, they're okay, they're equipped, that's the main thing. So we'll stick them over with the main group, that's now 2 groups, 24, fairly good mixture, that's all good. Meanwhile, the horsey dudes, we'll deploy them. Now, we currently have, let's just have a look here, 19 of them on the front line there, that's absolutely fine. These other 24 will stick on another army, they're going to be on the front line of Czechoslovakia. So, reasons why you will see in a couple of minutes. Okay, we have our justification, and this is where the fun begins, so I'll explain what I'm doing as we go along. So the very first thing I'm going to be doing, I've got the game pause, is declaring war on Yugoslavia. That's that. Now, you're going to say, well, we're now at war with 3 countries. Yeah, we are. However, we are actually not. So here we go. Right, so they've called in Czechoslovakia and called in France. France is what we're interested in. Czechoslovakia is an interesting one. So here's why. You might think that we're at war with Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia and France, but we're not. The German Reich is at war with France, Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia. We're not the German Reich. We actually want to become the German Empire. So, here's the fun bit. As soon as this is done, we're going to cheese the game. Right, now straight away, Croatia wants to join our faction. No. Simple reason they're going to be joining the wrong faction. They're going to be joining the Axis, and the Axis won't actually exist for much longer. So, no, we'll skip that. Now, it might seem like slow progress. Just look at Lille here, you know, it'll get there. Just give it time. We're not actually in any particular rush for France to go. So, you know, we're holding our own very, very nicely over in Czechoslovakia. So, you will get it in the end. Just leave them to do their thing. Now, at some point, you'll get Paris, at which time France will capitulate. What we're going to be doing with France? Well, what we're going to be doing with France is, same as with Belgium, taking a whole lot. Now, we might have to pass quite a lot of times for this. That's a lot of states. Right. End turn. Done. Right. Now, what you'll notice is that we are still at war with Czechoslovakia. So what we're going to be doing now is putting everybody on the border of Czechoslovakia. Funny enough, we're not actually particularly interested in fighting Czechoslovakia because Czechoslovakia are going to help us. And this is the beauty about this strategy. So, next, I was halfway through researching this. Not really interested because it was only a sort of fake one anyway. We're going to be jumping over to the right hand side. This is as soon as France capitulates and going with oppose Hitler. And I will jump back in as soon as that focus is done. So meantime, just keep Czechoslovakia held where they are. Okay, here we go. Now, what did that just achieve us? Well, let me show you. What that just achieved us is the German Reich, which is that little bit there, is now at war with us, Czechoslovakia, and Yugoslavia. Meanwhile, we're only at war with the German Reich in a civil war. Had, and I made this mistake, we released or kept France as a puppet, they would have joined the German Reich because they would have been a puppet of the German Reich. So in other words, whatever we did as the German Reich has now been scrubbed clean, completely, because it's their war, not ours. So all we need to do now is to get rid of the German Reich, which with 2 countries after them is going to be pretty simple. So let's do a quick offensive line around there. It's good, isn't it? And people say this is a hard achievement. Right, so let's just see how things are stacking up, shall we? Well, for a start, yeah, we'll accept a non-aggression pact from Yugoslavia. We'll take a lend-lease from Czechoslovakia. Love it. Right. Meanwhile, we just need to wait a few seconds. Well, wait until the end of the war for that. So we won't bother doing a focus at the moment. How are we doing? We're doing pretty well, all things considered. When you look at we're with Czechoslovakia double the size of the German Reich. Czechoslovakia is actually going to do most of the work for us. So let me scroll on a little bit. I was going to say we've got a ton of political power now. Yeah, non-aggression pact from Czechoslovakia. A ton of political power, so I'm just going to dabble with... Oh, can I do that? Yeah, dabble with the conscription just to grab some manpower back. And in fact, you know, we actually get given some free armies. I forgot all about them. So yeah, we're doing okay, I would say. Doing okay. So these are our sort of free Civil War armies. They can join the fight as well. In fact, I'll tell you what. You can all join in the fight. Let's have a little bit of a party here, shall we? Go on. Everybody, just focus on the German Reich. I have to admit, out of all the achievements I've done, I think this is one of the most fun ones that you can play around with, because it's just so easy. And this is, I'm hoping you're starting to see already. Czechoslovakia is on the border of Berlin now. I'm hoping you're starting to see why it just makes me laugh when you know, the achievement guides are saying, oh yeah, go to war with the Allies. Well, why? After this is out the way, which will take a few seconds, I will show you exactly what this has just accomplished us. Right, quick update. I've just mopped up the last few little bits of the ex-German Reich in the centre, so we're now focused on Berlin. This is taking so long. This is all the German Reich consists of now, is Berlin and a couple of provinces underneath it. Look at this. Look. But they are clinging on for dear hope. But it'll get there. Shall I just finish them? I think it's about time, isn't it? Go on. Everybody just wipe out Berlin. Look at this. Oh, they are so determined. Right, bye-bye. And there we go. Right. That is the end of the German Reich. That is the end of the Civil War. Boom. Hitler found dead. And that's the end of that. Hang the Nazis. German Civil War ends. So, what has that achieved us? Let me explain really quickly. That has not got us the achievement. But, what we've got now is... we have got a nice little island in the Caribbean. Or we've actually got a few little nice islands in the Caribbean, which are the ex-French ones. So that's that side, if we just have a look at it. See, conquered 9 in the Caribbean, that's that side of it done. So, has completed focus, our place in the sun. How do we do that? Very simple. We now work our way straight down this tree. So the next one is secure the new state. Instantly now, if you want to, you can start releasing stuff. The only thing I would be very careful about, even though you'll be losing military factories to sort of problems and all that, it's really not worth releasing France actually at all during this one, for the simple reason that there's a very good chance you'll release the island, in which case you'll need to autonomy it back again. So it's just really not worth it. Just make sure your garrisons are up until the focuses are done. You'll be absolutely fine. So you can see here, just looking, Free France is on 38% resistance. We're actually going to hike that up a little bit. We'll do what should we do? We'll do military government. We've got plenty of manpower and guns now, so we'll just keep these under check. Secure the new state done. We're literally just working straight through the tree now. Going to be revive the Kaiserreich. That one's done. So next, we need Return of the Kaiser. We need a bit more support for that, so I will grab... where is he here? Monarchist Media Mogul, just to give us a little boost in that. Now is a good opportunity. If you haven't done them, you will need to do naval rearmament and naval effort. So, let's say it's going to take us maybe a turn or two here. So if you haven't got those two, grab those now. I'm just going to be doing a random one for now. Okay, so once you've done that, as long as we're over 42 on non-aligned, we can do the next one, which is Return of the Kaiser. Focus on the true enemy. Rebuild the High Seas Fleet. And finally, our place in the sun. So with that done, if you look at the bottom left hand side of my screen, there we go, our other place in the sun. Right, now what I will say is that has just got us our other place in the sun. What it hasn't got us is monarchies back in fashion. To get that, how easy is it? You need to do the Central Powers, you need to prepare Italian coup, you need to assassinate Mussolini. With those three there done, you'll have monarchies back in fashion as well. I will do another video for monarchies back in fashion. You shouldn't need it. Like I say, just do those three focuses there. Boom, you got it. So I hope you found that interesting, guys. I hope that was as easy as I made out. To me, let's put it this another way. Now you've seen that done, can you imagine taking on the UK with an Operation Sea Lion after doing all this battle? It's just not worth the hassle. This is such an easy achievement to do this way. Really hope you like it, guys. See you for the next one.